The PGA Tour has agreed to merge. Keyword there is merge. Do not get this twisted. This is not a buyout. PGA Tour don't got the kind of money to buy out the Saudis. This is a merger. And not just, pillow talk merger. This is a real deal corporate seizure, takeover, if you will. The name and likenesses for PGA Tour golfers, the cuts, the splits, the ratios were very, very minimal in their favor. LIV Golf pulled up, backed up the Brinks truck and dropped big bags off. You get 100 mil, you get 200 mil, you get 150 mil. And all the top players, or the majority of the top players from the PGA Tour, bounced over to LIV Golf. Cameron Smith got an estimated payout of $100 million. Brooks Koepka was paid around $100 million. Bryson DeChambeau was paid $125 million. Dustin Johnson, $125 million. Phil Mickelson, nearly $200 million. Okay, so this is the type of money. That's just to show up. That's just to join. 200 mil for Phil Mickelson. $125 for Dustin Johnson. Another $125 for Bryson DeChambeau. 100 mil for Brooks Koepka and Cameron Smith. LIV paid most of these players more money up front than they received over their entire PGA career. That's huge. Let's zoom in on that. LIV paid most of these players more money up front than they received over their entire PGA career, including Phil Mickelson, who earned around $94 million with the PGA. And we know, allegedly about Phil's gambling debts, right? So earned $94 million with the PGA and made $200 million to join LIV. The way LIV is set up, even the players ranked among the bottom are going home with at least some money, leading many players not to care what place they are ranked. There's no cuts. I'm showing up. I'm getting at least $120 out of this. Just me showing up. And it's only 3 rounds, not 4. Me showing up, I work less, and I get a guaranteed $120. Come on, man. Come on, man. It doesn't really matter if I win. It doesn't really matter. Especially if you're Phil Mickelson. We saw the number of him only made $1.8 million last year. What does it matter when he got $200 million to join? Woods was offered a reported $1 billion by the Saudis to break ranks, while they tried tempting McIlroy, as in Rory McIlroy, with an offer in the region of $500 million. To put that in context, McIlroy earns roughly $50 million per year from tournament winnings and endorsements. They were going to 10x your bread up front. And he said no. 10x your bread up front. And he said no. Now, he's going to keep on making that 50 when he could have had the 500 mil. And if the same thing would have happened today anyway, which is more than likely would have happened anyway, he would have collected at least 500 mil. Then he could have went back to his 50. So he would have had 550 million in the pocket, in the tuck. Now he's still rocking that 50. Now, again, I'm not here to cry about 50 mil, but I'm saying you turned down 500 when you were only making 50. And if you're Tiger, that Billy, when he's got girlfriends suing him, you don't think a cool extra B would be nice in his account? All the lawyer fee he always has to pay because of the women that he deals with? You don't think an extra B in the tuck would have been good for him? This LIV Golf thing has showed you there was so much more money left on the table. So much more. If the purse money could jump up this amount in 1 year, when it was a steady around 400, then boom, 567 million. Where do you think that's coming from? What's the explanation? The timeline says it right there. LIV Golf launches They never got close to 500 mil when it came to total purse money. And then all of a sudden, they jump up over 100 million, 34%. That's because of LIV Golf. And that means they could have been paying that type of money across the board. LIV Golf is backed by the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund, an entity controlled by the Saudi Crown Prince. And here goes the second part, has been embroiled in antitrust lawsuits with the PGA Tour in the last year. The deal announced Tuesday would end all pending litigation. So there's been a lot of paperwork, a lot of booking lawyer hours and trying to get this thing figured out, because the PGA Tour at one point banned all the golfers who left PGA Tour and went to LIV. PGA Tour banned those golfers. You can't pull up to the tournaments. You can't pull up to the majors. And then they backtracked. That was the first sign that they were weakening. They backtracked. They held a firm stance that said, no, once you out, you're out. You can't even play golf in the 4 majors. Because that's essentially what it came down to. A lot of the LIV golfers were willing to take the bag and forego the grueling schedule of the PGA Tour, or what they felt is a grueling schedule of the PGA Tour, but they still wanted to play in the majors because, in essence, let's be real, unless you're a hardcore golf fan, most golf fans only know about the majors or only care about the majors, and the advertising and the revenue behind it suggests as such. Anyone who didn't take that bag from LIV Golf has to feel stupid right now. Tiger Woods turned down, if you want to believe, on the low end, $700 million, on the high end, $1 billion. Rory McIlroy turned down $500 million. And the PGA Tour was out here talking tough, talking firm, convincing their television partners to shun LIV Golf. LIV Golf had to go down to the CW to get its broadcasting rights. And the ratings over there have been putrid. So they had to work their way around that. And allegedly they were getting funny with the numbers when it came to the ratings for LIV Golf. But now with this deal in place, none of that matters now. Because the PGA Tour has what the CW didn't. The PGA Tour don't have what the Saudis do have. The Saudis and LIV Golf have. PGA Tour has the relationships, they have the broadcasting rights, they have the partnerships. LIV Golf has the money. PGA Tour's got deals with CBS, NBC, ESPN, all the major sports broadcasting rights partners. LIV Golf has the money. PGA Tour's got the Masters, the PGA Championship, the US Open, the Open Championship. LIV Golf has the money. Sensing a theme here? Because that's all it is. That's all it is. Money talks. And there's a lot of people that are getting upset at the fact that the Saudis have come in and have bought their way into golf. And they're buying their way through world's football, aka soccer, as well. And people are big mad. And it is hilarious to me because these societies are capitalist societies. Big bank take little bank. It is now coming to people's fruition, into people's understanding, holy shit, the US and the UK might actually be little bank. Yeah, tough pill to swallow, right? Y'all know I've been saying the Saudi money is coming. And I've asked, what happens if they go to the SEC? I've asked what happens when they go to the NBA. I've asked what will happen if they go to the NFL. Now that they've been able to pull this off, they've already infiltrated into world football, soccer. They got Benzema, they got Ronaldo, and they're in the mix for Messi. They already there. And the thing is, like, they co-opted. It's not like, oh, we're going to go buy an NBA team. No. We're going to go buy the NBA. Or we'll start our own NBA and put so much money on the table that we got LeBron taking a PJ to the Middle East to hoop. That's how the Saudis get down. That's how the Saudis are giving it up. And as much as y'all think these contracts are crazy, Jalen Brunson over 100 mil, Jaylen Brown could get 290 mil over 5 years. That's insane. What happens when the Saudis pull up on LeBron and tell him, yo, we got a Billy for you? What you gonna do? You want to hoop with your son? You could hoop with Bronny right now, $1 billion. Oh, you want Bryce too? The whole team could be you and your sons. What you gonna do?